Hi, everybody. It's Alice Schlegel, the Director of Student Activities. Thank you for joining me for Mindfulness Mondays. Today, we are going to be doing an eating meditation. Yes, an eating meditation. So, my suggestion to you, if you want to follow along with this right now, is to pause the video and go into your kitchen and find something small, maybe the size of like a peanut or a cashew, something that size, to use during your eating meditation. That would be awesome. Traditionally, it's done with like a raisin or a blueberry. But if you don't have raisins or blueberries, you can use a wasabi pea. You can use a nut of some kind. Also back here, I have ginger covered chocolates. So if you have a little chocolate you would like to use, that's completely fine. You're just looking for something small that you can interact with through our eating meditation. So take a moment, pause me, and run into your kitchen, grab something, and come back. Okay, I'm assuming everybody's got something that they can use. Our theme for today is using your senses. So we're going to start with our eating meditation, move on to a tea meditation, which is super exciting, and also do some stretches in between. So I hope you enjoy this. So let's get started. So for this meditation, I like to sit on the ground. I have my little meditation platform that I like to use. But you can sit on the ground and or use a couple of blankets underneath your bottom to just get you a little bit higher off the earth. And then once you're here, you just want to do a few deep breaths. So you want to lengthen up through your spine, open through your chest, and breathe. It's kind of nice to breathe in through the nose, out through an open mouth. Once you've done 3 or 4 deep breaths, we're going to move into this eating meditation, which I'm super excited about. So I have some examples here I was just telling you about. So I've got my ginger covered chocolate. I've got some wasabi peas. But I think for today's meditation, I'm going to use my cashews. I'm going to open up a cashew container. Grab my cashew and just let it rest in the palm of my hand as I continue to lengthen up through my spine. Then using our first sense, we're going to start to look thoughtfully at whatever item you have in your hand. So whether you've selected some type of nut or a raisin or a wasabi pea, just inspect it. Look at its shape. Observe its size. Even observing its size in comparison to your finger. So is it the size of a fingernail? Is it bigger? Is it smaller? Does it have lines? Does it have wrinkles? Is it smooth? Take a few breaths as you observe. Now close your eyes and just feel your object. You can let it rest into the palm of your hand and use your fingers of your other hand to gently move around it. Notice how it feels. Is it solid? Is it tender? Does it have ridges? Can you feel those ridges? Making sure that you've taken sight away. Now you're just doing it by touch. So closing your eyes or looking gently at the ground and not at the object. You can pick it up a little bit from the palm, let it drop. How does it feel when it hits your hand? Three deep breaths. Opening your eyes and bringing the object toward your nose. Notice its scent. Does it smell salty, sweet? Does it have a light fragrance or a heavy fragrance? Is it pungent, earthy? Does it smell pleasant? Breathe it in. Three more breaths. Inhaling through the nose. Exhale. Two more times. Now take it next to your ear. Rub your finger against your object and just notice if it has a sound. Maybe scratch it a little bit, very gently with your fingernail. More tender objects are going to be less amenable to scratching, so just be careful if you choose to do that. Notice the sound of your fingers interacting with the object. And take 3 breaths. Now we're ready for the best part, the part where we get to eat whatever we've selected. So take a moment, again looking at it again, close your eyes, feel it one more time, and then bring it to your nose for one last smell, and then place it into your mouth and chew. Being very thoughtful as you chew, trying to taste the object. We have a tendency as we eat our food to eat very quickly and we don't really enjoy the full taste of each item on our plate. So it's always nice to pause and interact with your food in a very thoughtful way, fully tasting the nourishment that's going into our bodies. It's also a wonderful way to relieve stress, having full attention on one small thing. And if you've selected something that you enjoy eating, there's that moment of pleasure. Actually, there's several moments of pleasure as you smell, as you feel, as you anticipate eating the item. And then once you eat it, you have this really robust moment of pleasure. So when you do this activity, I recommend always picking something that you enjoy eating, but something that's small that will fit in the palm of your hand and your fingertips. Take 3 more breaths. And once you've completed those breaths, just take a moment to stretch your legs or wiggle your toes for a second if you need to. I'm going to move these products out of my way. And we're going to move to our second senses meditation, which is a tea meditation. Now, I don't think you need a cup of tea right now. Just kind of wanted to show this to you as a way of you potentially in the future doing a really thoughtful mindfulness exercise. So I'm using Stress Relief Tea by Yogi. I have my hot water here. And I'm just going to place my tea bag into my hot water. So the beauty of tea and meditation, and you can do this with coffee as well, but the beauty of tea and meditation is you have to steep your tea for a few minutes. You can't just pick up your teacup and start to drink. So it's kind of nice to have hot water in a tea bag, and then while your tea is steeping, you can do some mindfulness exercises. You can read a quote out of a book, maybe a small poem, or you can do some stretches, and that's what we're about to do, is a few minutes of stretching. Oh, and by the way, my tea tag has a little saying on it. It says, "Love has no fear and no vengeance." Love has no fear and no vengeance. I like that. So I'm going to let my tea steep. And I'm going to lead you through a few exercises. So sit up nice and tall. Open your chest. Roll your shoulders back and away. Let your hands fall down next to your hips. And then the next time you inhale, start to take your fingers out. Your arms stretch out. Drop your shoulders. And inhale your arms up. Reaching up. Let your shoulder blades fall down your back. Have your arms as high up in the sky as they can. If they're a little bit more forward, that's fine. It's more important that your shoulders are away from your ears. So drop your shoulders, liberate your ears, liberate your neck. The crown of the head, reach up toward the ceiling. Keep breathing. Now drop your right hand, bring it down to the earth, and side stretch your way over. And then come up, exhale, do the other side. Come up, second side again, or I should say first side. This was the first side. Coming back to that right side, stretching, stacking the shoulders, and then moving into the other side. Trying to get the arm to frame the ear, drawing down through your sit bones. Now this time, instead of just coming up, I want you to sweep your arm forward. Just sweep it forward a little bit, and then bring yourself back up to center. And because we did it on that side, let's do it on the other side. So go ahead and bring this arm up, sweep in front of your face, sweep the arm forward, reach out, and bring it down. Now doing a little bit of work in the wrist. So I know as students and as staff members, we're doing this a lot at our computers. So let's do a little bit in the wrist. So let's bring our hands to heart center. Let's drop our hands down into our breastbone. Take a nice deep breath. Then bring your hands away from the body. Start to lift your elbows up while your hands push into each other. Just go as far as you can, stretching through your wrist. Nice. Keep breathing as you do this, then drop your elbows. Turn your hands like so, and do the reverse action. So what you're going to do is bring your elbows down. Now you're stretching the top part of the wrist. Just bring them down as much as you're able. Don't force it. Should be very light pressure. Keep breathing as you do this. Slowly bring your hands back to heart center. Let your elbows fall into the body. And then allow your hands to come back into your chest. Now shake out through the wrists a bit. Just fun, playful shaking. You can rotate through your wrist if you'd like to. And now from here, let's switch the cross of the legs. So if you're sitting cross-legged, go ahead and switch the cross. If you're in a chair, you can just move your legs for a minute, regaining some circulation. Sit up nice and tall again. Draw your shoulders back and down, and then allow your chin to tip forward. Now, we did this in the previous Mindfulness Mondays when we were doing them in Zoom. So these are just gentle neck rolls. You're going to allow your neck to roll to one side, the chin tilts up a bit, and then you roll down through the other side. Just moving through the neck. Nice, gentle rolls. Again, try to keep your shoulders back and down. Don't worry about your hair. Don't worry about if you're doing it right. If it feels good, you're doing it right. Just go with purpose and breathe through the rolling. At some point, switch directions. Breathing. Then bring your chin back up. Sit nice and tall again. Feel your shoulders, feel your neck, feel your wrists. Open your eyes. And your tea should be ready. Thank you everyone for being with me today for Mindfulness Mondays. Join me again next week here on YouTube. And if you ever have any questions, just email aschlegel@columbiabasin.edu. And I'll put my email actually in the YouTube clip. Thanks so much. Have a great day, everybody.